What is going on, everybody? It's Twan, or Antoine and Son, or for short. Um, and yeah, welcome back. Today's episode. Well, first off, for my podcast listeners, welcome back to 2 Inches is Enough. You feel me? But for the people on YouTube, welcome back to my channel. You feel me? Today we're gonna be talking about something very simple: the man, the myth, the legend. To some, Playboi Carti. Now, Playboi Carti. Okay. At first, I never was a big fan of Cardi. I was always like the guy who was like, that nigga sucks. He's not a rapper. This, that, and the third, and da 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 da, and whoop de whoop de woo, and this, that, and the third. But like, I can't really. I don't know, bro. He's grown on me. Real talk. Like he's grown on me. The hating, I gotta stop hating on Playboy Cardi. Cause he's actually good. Like I can't. And I think just like I was talking about the Rudy Gobert thing, I think it depends on in what way you define or you look at Cardi as a whole. As just the artist, he's good, and just as somebody who makes music, he's good. Like it's when people try to get literal and be like, "Oh, rapper, he's a really good rapper," which he is, quote unquote, still a rapper, but it's a different type of rap. You feel me? Like it's the same type of rap. Like I don't even want to say Uzi, cause Uzi can rap. Cardi don't be saying much, but the stuff he says is catchy enough to the point where you're like, okay, I can dance to this, I can listen to this, and it won't, and I'm not thinking about you like just like Yeet. My friend was laughing at me the other day because I was laughing at the fact I don't like Yeet personally. Like I don't think he sounds good, but my friends love him, and so they're like. I made a comment. I was like, "Bro, I'm like, he's worse than like Cardi when it comes to like no lyrics." And they're like, "Yeah, I hate Yeet too if I listen to him for lyrics." And then they're not wrong. Like I don't listen to Yeet for lyrics. Literally, they're playing or whatever. But like, even the way Yeet sounds is just not appealing to me. But Cardi, this is the thing about Cardi. I was the same way with Cardi when I first heard him. So let's start. So first, my real first time really listening to Cardi was him and Uzi. Him and Uzi had a song together. Was it Left Right? So much ice on my record. I'm a rock star. Foreign car. Oh my god. Yeah, it was Left Right. It was Left Right. It was Left Right. I heard Left Right with him and Uzi. And the videos them two like sitting on top of a car and shit. And it was like crazy as hell, just like watching it and like seeing it. I'm like, oh my god, mind you, I'm like young. I'm like a little kid. It's like the middle school days. I'm like, this is crazy. And I had just like got put onto Uzi in a sense too. So I'm like, man, my favorite rapper's cool with this dude and da 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 da. So I started listening to his music. So then after that, we transitioned. I hear Broke Boy, Bro Boy, Bro Boy, Bro Boy. Why should I keep jugging all these broke boys? So I'm like, okay, this Playboi Carti guy's not. He's not bad for real. Then I'm pretty sure he had a song with like yeah. Him and Kodak and Rich the Kid dropped Plug. And that's when I was like, okay, I like Cardi. This is cool. I can get behind this. Like Playboy Cardi he's actually good at his job. He can rap a little bit. He's not like rapping, you feel me? Like this is when the mumble rap thing was a big thing, the term or whatever was big. So I was like, okay, I like this dude. Like this is art. But then Cardi started focusing, and I used to be like Cardi got lazy, and I don't even think that's the case. Playboy Cardi started not only experimenting, but it's not as so focusing on the lyrics within his rap or his flow, but more so the way he sounds, the overall production of his music as a whole. Instead of just, man, his bars are crazy. Like his lyrics are ridiculous. Like he started figuring out and started working on the things that like sound appealing to people in the ear besides just the fucking lyrics. Because there's a lot of rappers that I like that I don't listen to often because they don't sound. There's the sound of them isn't appealing. Like Pusha T. Pusha T can rap. And he can like really rap like really good too. His lyrics are crazy. He's a really good rapper. But the sound of Push's voice sometimes gets a little irritating. I can't listen to it too much, or I get irritated. And I know this is ironic. I'm talking about Cardi, but let me explain. But Push, his voice is like kind of irritating in a sense to me. It's not. I can't listen to it too much. Who else is like that? Same reason I was talking about Yeet earlier. Yeet in the auto tune, the way his voice sounds just doesn't sound appealing to me. So Carti kind of morphed his like sound into something that was so playful and like not hard on the ears type thing. Like he spent a lot of time working on that type of shit. And so while to me and a lot of other people, it's just him like he just sucks at making like lyrics and da 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 da. In all actuality, Carti just spends more time working on the overall production and sound of everything rather than the lyrics themselves, because at this day and age, lyrics aren't meaningful as well. So it's like you don't have to have crazy lyrics to make a really good rap song no more. Like it's isn't like the '90s or the early even the early 2000s they weren't made. Little John made a whole career off of just don't like just hype music. So it's like I can't be mad at Carti, and old heads can't be either. Like you can't be mad at Carti, but then like respect Lil Jon type shit. Like like it's always been people who defy sound and rap. Or even if you want to take a look at the vice versa of this and you say Biz Markie is somebody else. Now, was his career as illustrious as some of the people I've named? No. But Biz Markie's a good example of somebody who, you know, didn't sound appealing, but for some reason it sounded like it was like people got used to it almost. And so that's what I'm saying with Carti in a sense. Like, while his lyrics aren't the most no, they're not like anything at all. The way he sounds with the beat is always crazy and amazing. And so it took me a while to realize that. And he also made a very another type of music. And this is the thing, and this is why he's crazy, because his variety is so crazy. But he also started doing the other, like, I want to say lucky, young, nudie type of sound. Not exactly like that, but it's like that sound of like I'm on drugs, and you can hear that I'm on drugs, and that kind of, once again, Carti's really good at picking up on what's the not wave, but he's really good at tapping into what like the younger fans and audience are starting to get into. Because he's young himself, technically speaking. Well, maybe not as young as he used to be back when he first started doing this, but he's real good at realizing like what's not hip or what's trending at that point in time. He's really good at picking up on what people like really bite into or like are really into type shit. And he goes into that and forms his music into that type of sound. So like his first project, I'm pretty sure it's called like Playboi. It's literally called Playboi Carti. I'm pretty sure. I could look it up real quick though. But his first album, let me see. It's literally called Playboi Carti. It has that, and I don't know about his mixtapes. I'm not that big of a Carti fan. I don't know about his earlier mixtapes and shit like that. But his first album, like studio album, like one that's on the streaming services and shit like that. I don't know about all the other shit. And it sounded like that Lucky, not as grimy and dark as old Lucky was, but it sounded like that Lucky nudie type of sound where it's like, yeah, you could tell like I'm on something. I'm on some type of drug. Like you have songs like Location, Number 9, and those are just songs that are like, man, either it feel like I'm floating right now off of like some weed, or I just popped a perk and I'm like dancing and shit. And not literally, because perks weren't popular back then, of course, but that's the type of feel his music had. It had that drug induced sound that everybody loved. And it also had a good mix of all of it. Like it had the various feelings of being on drugs in a system. And this is just my opinion though. This is how I feel when I was listening to it. Like I went back to re-listen to it. Certain songs when they just give you vibes of like, man, fuck it. Like take a listen to track list real quick. It's not gonna be long, just real fast. Let's look at the track list. You have Location. Location is one of those songs where it's like, man, what the fuck is going on? I'm high. That's what that song makes me feel like. Half it has another song. Then you have of course, the classics, Magnolia and Woke Up Like This, that are just good, fun rock, like rocking out songs, which is once again was appealing back then because his fan base was younger kids like my age. Like, you feel me? People were jamming out to this. I said jamming. Oh, I'm getting old. People were just like listening to this shit, like getting hyped to it because it's just. He wasn't never really saying shit, and it wasn't as bad as he is now with the not saying shit, but you can really like get lit to this Carti type shit. And so it's like his sound is so diverse that he can switch it up from that. He can go from that rock star party lifestyle type sound back to the drug type sound, and then the various levels of the drug type sound, and then he can do the other shit. So then you have the other songs on here like New Chopper with ASAP Rocky. which was a nice mix of Rocky. Cause Rocky killed that verse, but Carti didn't do too bad. You feel me? It showed his rapping a little bit, cause that's what I'm saying. Like this, he wasn't as done. He was like trying to rap a little bit. Like that's the one thing I noticed about this album. It's not like it's not like Carti just wasn't rapping. Like New Chopper, Carti raps a little bit. Like it's not crazy. Obviously, woke up like this. Carti raps a little bit. Like he still was putting some sort of effort into his lyrics, of course, and shit like that. So that's why I'm like, I can't really be mad at him. But then you have a bunch of other songs when he was starting to get into that. Okay, the lyrics don't matter, but you hear how this shit sounds, nigga. The production is crazy. I know you like it, type shit. Like you can't stop your head from bobbing, type shit. And so he just kept, and that's why people like Lil Pump and I will never put Carti in the same breath as those guys, cause the effort Carti puts into his music is still there, and that's the first thing That's the first mistake I made when I started slandering Carti. I kept calling him lazy, and he just sees the money coming in, and that's why he's doing what he's doing. But then I realized the variety of sound Carti has provided throughout his career within only really 3 albums. It's kind of crazy. Because then you take a look at his next studio album. That's horrible grammar. Then you take a look at his next studio album, Die Lit. And, bro, Carti's going crazy on Die Lit. Like, it's not like he's just bullshitting, you feel me? Like, he's doing, like, the sound on Die Lit is, like, crazy. Like, it's literally, it's not Whole Lotta Red that Rockstar yet. He didn't hit that. It's like he's evolving into it, though. It's more of that I'm angry in the club type music. You know, you got your flatbed freestyles. You got your what's that? Poke it out with Nicki Minaj or some shit. It was some shit like that. It was like, baby, poke it out. Like this album had all that party vibe. Like, man, this is hard. Even the Fell in Love song with Bryson Tiller is hard, bro. Miles with Chief Keef. Flatbed freestyle, Shooter with Uzi, man. Like all these songs, even Love Hurts is kind of decent with Travis Scott. Even though the sound on that is different, but it's decent. And that's what I'm saying. Carti did a really good job, like capturing that party sound. And at first, you start the album off, and you start with Long Time Intro, which is probably like my favorite song going there. But it's the saddest, most probably mellow song on the album. But after you get past that part, it's almost like Carti's like, I don't know. It's like him almost like reminiscing on the old times type shit. And I don't know, this sounds crazy because it's a Playboi Carti album. So you're not thinking of meaning, but I'm just kind of thinking about it. It's kind of almost like Carti's like, the whole song on Long Time Intro. This is the intro, by the way. It's just him saying, no capping down, I ain't go to class. Die before I come in last. I ain't feel like this in a long time. I think it's really just Carti like saying like, man, you know, I used to have like bad feelings. It's been a really long. I've been feeling shitty for a while. It's been a long time since I felt this good, and so when he transitions into it, the album is just bang. Like it's just party music type shit. You have your few songs where it's not as party-ish or upbeat, but majority of the album is just Carti just having fun and having a good time, like you would at an actual party. It's just always it's interesting to see the perspective, I guess. So then you have that party sound. We just transition from that drug sound and that loopy young, just having fun sound into that rock star punk, like not punk yet, but like that. You know, it's a line. Like we're not metal, like we're not in the metal like punk rock emo stage yet, but we're like in the no, Nirvana's pretty. I mean Nirvana. I guess you could say Nirvana, like Nirvana-ish type. Nah, I won't even say them. I'll say like that. Like Simple Plan, Green Day, like those type of bands type vibes with this. This is that type of sound. Like it's not emo, fuck the world. Like this is like school is out, let's rock type of vibe type shit. You feeling like school just let out, summertime, grab a guitar and start like partying mixed in with that hip hop, of course, party vibe as well. It's a good mix of sound. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not just like that one sound. And so then we transition into whole lot of red. Okay. Now this is the part where I really was trying to stand on the whole Carti's ass until I recently like went back and listened to him and like really put some thought into his music type shit, which is hard to do. But the one thing, this is when I realized, okay, Cardi is done with the lyrics. He's done with those. He might say a line or two that hits, that like is good, like it's good repetition, like it gets catchy. He gonna make some catchy lines, which people are sleeping on him in that too. He's really good at making like catchy rhymes, like catchy little bars that stick to your brain, and you're walking around the house. I'm thinking about dyeing my hair red, it's like a pint of red, like like little catchy lines. And then even on a whole lot of red, once again the lyrics are crazy. Cardi sometimes, and this is the part where sometimes, and I'll give people this, and this is just kind of going back to the point I made earlier. The way he sounds can be annoying at times. It can ruin very good songs. But here's the here's the thing. When he does that different voice thing and it hits, oh, it really hits. Now when he misses, he misses. It's a fucking air ball. But when he hits, he slam dunking that bitch, windmill, arm in the rim, Vince Carter type shit. So like songs like Vamp Anthem, Rockstar Made, Go to the Moon, Jump Out the House, New Tank, even Punk Monk, Sky, I Love You, I Hate You, Feel Like Dying. Like, so when he hits on those songs like those, it's the best thing. Like Sky is like one of my favorite songs of all time, I think. Like it's a like when Cardi hits, bro. And that's what I'm saying. As much as I say, like, you could say this nigga's not skilled lyrically or whatever the case may be, Playboi Carti is like almost a breath of fresh air for rap. So then you have the Cochise ass niggas, the Luckies, the Young Nudies. Those niggas are a breath of even Yeet. I'll give it to Yeet. As much as I don't like him, I'm gonna admit it. At some point, I'm probably gonna like Yeet. Once I get accustomed to hearing his voice, and I'm like, okay, this isn't that bad. Cause Yeet production is crazy. Even Yeet's like sound and style isn't horrible. It's just his voice I don't like that much, and that's the same shit that was going on with Cardi. So those niggas are like a breath of fresh air for rap. Cause of course we all love our Kanye's, we love our Black Thoughts, our Commons, our even currently our Coles, our Kendricks. Who else is in this? Corday. Like we love those guys, but like, sometimes you don't want to hear about the struggle oppression of black people. Sometimes you don't want to hear about the government fucking us over in money. Sometimes you don't want to hear about the rippity rap of the world. Sometimes you just want to have fun and have a good time. And Playboi Carti makes really good music in that type of category, just to cut on and have a good time. Like every time I play a Carti song, even when I used to hate on this nigga, if a Playboi Carti song came on, I start smiling. Even if I was laughing at it, it brought joy to me. And that's one thing I can say about Carti, even Uzi, I guess, too. You could throw him in there. Like, the guys who are, quote-unquote, not, like, real lyrical rappers, one thing they do got down in their bag, for sure, is that when you cut their fucking music on, guess what? You gonna have a fucking good time. It don't matter where you are. It don't matter what's going on. You gonna start smiling, bobbing your head, and having a great time. I think Uzi even said that in one of his interviews. He said, I make feel-good music. Like, you cut that shit on, no matter what I'm saying on it, you start liking it. And I really feel that type of vibe from Carti and Uzi. So I really can respect and like Playboi Carti. To see the evolution of Carti and his sound and the various ways he's able to capture different sounds and produce them out to people. Aside from his lyrics, I'll give him his credit. Because a lot of people don't know, Playboi Carti does a little bit of production too. I'm not going to say he does all of it, but he does production. He works on the sound. He sits in the studio and hears himself, like, nah, pitch it up a little bit higher. Or does various things to make sure that his shit sounds the way he needs it to sound. Of course, he's worked with some great producers like Pierre Bourne, Kanye, and a few others. But you feel me? I'm not taking away from Carti. Cause even me and my friends, like my homie Colin, he's real big on this. He's like, man, Carti's not good. His producers are good. And even I was saying this at a point in time. I'm like, yeah. But now that I'm thinking about it, I found out that he's like, I watched like a little YouTube video of him in the studio doing whatever it is he's doing. And it's not like Carti just sitting there, he gets a beat and he does that, and he raps on it. Like, Carti's in there with the producer, working on him with the beat, talking to him about it, whatever. They're pitching the sounds and doing all this other shit. Like, they're doing stuff literally. It's not like he's just not doing anything. Like, he has influence on the production. He has influence everywhere, on every aspect of his song, basically. Not just him getting a beat and rapping over it or making noise over it like people assume. So, this is just like kind of a respect to Playboi Carti vid. Because I see a lot of them on the internet, but most of the time they're kind of just trolling in a sense. This is like actually a respectful video of Playboi Carti. Like, while he's not the most lyrical dude out there, a lot of people aren't. When it comes to sound and production and capturing a variety of sound and different sound, hey, Playboi Carti's A-OK in my book. You feel me? So, yeah. That's pretty much it, though, man. Once again, it's one of the shorter episodes because the points I need to make pretty much don't have to be drawn out or long or anything like that. I mean, it's 20 minutes still, like around that mark, I guess, but still. You feel me? Just had to get this off my chest. Cause I've seen a lot of people are starting to like Carti now. And I just kind of want to clear the air, like, on my stance on Playboi Carti. Because I even make jokes about it. I'm still going to make jokes about it. Like, nigga don't rap. But, you know, I do value and respect Playboi Carti's music. I can officially say that. Like, as I've grown, I respect his music. Am I one of the fans, I guess, that are, like, the fake fans, the quote-unquote fake fans that just jumped on the bandwagon? Sure, I guess. Because I showed when Whole Lotta Red first came out, I thought it was horrible. I thought it was god-awful. But now I've come to respect it and realize how good it is. So I apologize. Well, I'm not apologizing for that shit. That's stupid. I'm not apologizing. What the fuck? I can change my opinions and values on things after listening to it more and giving it more time. Like, who knows? Maybe in like 10 years I might like Def Grips and I say their music is fucking shitty. Who knows? You feel me? But yeah, man. That's pretty much it though. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay peaceful out there, man. For my podcast listeners, thank you. This has been Antoine or Twan to some. Thank you for listening to 2 Inches Enough and peace. And for all my niggas out there on YouTube, thank you for listening. Y'all stay safe. Like, comment, subscribe. And we out, man. Peace.